there is no mention of cats. Fascinating. Pigeons and ducks and geese and donkeys and cows and horses and cattle, but not cats. The charter is the closest thing is it's the constitution for the city, but not all cities have charters. Towns that are over 2,000 in population can have a charter if they want to. Probably at statehood, the City of Enid started working on its own charter because in 1909 it got passed. And we've had a charter ever since, but we've had lots and lots of amendments, but principally we have 5. There's a Part A of the charter and it goes to Part E. And there were 3 big changes. There was like Part A, which was the beginning, and then Part B was adopted in 1930, and it's the Fire Department Civil Service Amendment. And in 1938, the police department went to that system as well. And then the biggest change is in 1947, instead of having the mayor and board of commissioners be in charge of the city and make all the big decisions, it changed and created the city manager form of government. So, to take something out of the charter or to change something requires a vote of the people, unless something is unconstitutional. So if the court has determined that something is unconstitutional, or for that matter, if the state of Oklahoma says, for example, that the inspection of dairy products, which is in here and says that we could inspect dairy products, but the state of Oklahoma has decided that the Department of Health needs to do that and that we have no authority over that. And they've decided that that's a statewide concern. So we have a section that says we could inspect dairy products, but we don't inspect dairy products, and you won't find sections in the code about dairy products because of that. Now, okay, so obviously in 1909, either they borrowed all this stuff from like the Wild West, these dance halls and dram shops, and just said, looks good to us, or they were really concerned about it. I don't know which, but I did look up some stuff just to let you know some of the interesting things. So for instance, the dram shop, that language comes from 18th century England. And they would do, a dram is a small measurement of a liquid. And so they would have dram shops in England. They never talked about them on Bonanza as being dram shops, but they certainly talked about the saloons. Additionally, we have a section on weights and measures. Now, we have done nothing about that, and it hasn't been a big deal in a very long time, but it used to be a very big deal. So just in case people want to go deep into weights and measures, I have some info. General Washington, in his first address to Congress, said one of the most important things was we've got to have a uniform weights and measures in the United States. And he directed Thomas Jefferson to do it. And Thomas Jefferson was the Secretary of State, and he tried, but it didn't work. He put it together, and no one liked it. And then John Quincy Adams in 1821. So at that point, John Quincy Adams was talking about metrics, decimals, inches. Just for today, I thought I would utilize this pen because this pen is a Parker 51, which means that it is older than me, and it's like 70 years old or something. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, it still writes perfectly well.